submissions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by the Fury Unleashed podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, is scheduled for 3 rounds of the Fury Amateur Series Lightweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Next Generation. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 152.6 pounds. Fighting out of Frisco, Texas, by way of Las Vegas, Nevada, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Trevor Juicy Van Vliet. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at a perfect 155 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, 2 losses. Here is Cameron Gutierrez. Your referee in charge, Professor Joe Solis.
All right, the OG, Professor Joe Solis, in charge once more. Van Vliet and Gutierrez about to go to battle. Vliet in the blue gloves, Gutierrez in the red gloves.
Oh man,
wow.
Big right hand from Gutierrez.
You talked about the power of Gutierrez, heavy right hand to get this action going here.
His technique is solid too. He'll put together combinations. He'll throw hard, but he doesn't really overswing. He'll blend in his low kicks well. Keeping a good little measuring stick with that jab. Good feints here from Trevor.
That right hand from Gutierrez has got the attention of Van Vliet, making him maybe a little tentative now.
Yeah, as he should. Cameron's really used good low kicks in this fight as well.
There's the shot from Vilet.
He's got his hands to get connected. That was a good takedown. Classic double leg, put his back on the cage, got his hands together, scooped the hips away. Riding him out in top half guard now.
Good gathering of the arm there from Vilet, able to get that right arm of Gutierrez, turns the corner, lays him flat on the back.
Yeah, that was good grappling there from Van Vliet. Turning him, flattening him.
See Gutierrez attempting the lockdown there. Could be a very aggravating thing. Over the weekend, had some teammates go to battle in the Houston Open IBJJF tournament. You know, I'm sure you saw you there. Yeah, had one guy get stuck there. Unfamiliar position, not really sure how to deal with it, a white belt.
Okay, cool, fair enough.
But can be a very troublesome position, even, you know, with an experienced grappler. It's still something that's pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Good way to kind of lock your opponent there, prevent them from advancing. You see Gutierrez lets go, tries to recover that guard, but Van Vliet with these heavy hips, staying really tight and close.
And Cameron's gonna have to kind of get heavy on his pace and work and get up. It looks like Van Vliet's happy to sit here in half guard, even top guard, just right at any top position he wants. We'll see if maybe Gutierrez can like wall walk, rotate his hips over. He's got a deep overhook, which is great for damage mitigation. It's good to set up some different submissions like triangle chokes, but there's only so many attacks you can do from that overhook, and if the top man's not ready for him, then what are you doing in the cage, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you can see that Trevor is very hip to these submission attempts as he progresses into top half guard, but he's having to fight off a Kimura. But again, these are gonna be hard to pull off from bottom half.
Van Vliet doing the right thing, circling around, using this hip to protect his hand. 10 seconds left here in the first round. Looks like we're gonna head to a second round. Good grappling there from Van Vliet here in the first round. Ate a big right hand from Gutierrez early. Immediately made the necessary adjustment, got the fight to the mat. Was able to instill some heavy top pressure and pretty much control the position for the remainder of the round. just about at the halfway point here of the card. This our 7th fight of our 13 fights we have on deck here. Main event coming up later, James Ramon and Sebastian Rodriguez. Going to be an incredibly entertaining fight. Looking forward to that one. Action here now back inside the cage for our 2nd round. It is underway.
So I think Trevor wins round 1. He did get dropped though, or at least stunned with the right hand right in the beginning. But he scored a takedown shortly after and just really kind of coasted on top for the rest of the round. Nice little 2-3 there from Trevor.
Gotta anticipate, yeah, the level change is coming soon.
He's got the underhook, this Cameron. Trevor's looking to chain wrestle off. Cameron's big and physical for a 55 or 2. Trevor's got some sharp wrestling on him though.
Yeah, very good job of chain wrestling, taking one position to the next, kind of sliding and grinding down the body, making his way now to another takedown attempt.
Cut over the left eye there of Cameron Gutierrez. Nothing major, but I think it was from that 2-3 combo that had landed earlier.
Gutierrez makes his way back up to his feet. Vilet, though, looking to get it right back down to the mat.
You saw the grimace on Trevor. He was working hard, and he gets full mount. That hard work paid off.
Gutierrez.
Good reversal.
Absolutely, makes his way back to his feet.
Yeah, big breath of air from Trevor. Now, this is a hard fight, but, man, Cameron's had hard fights. He's used to this. And he's cut open again.
Yeah, this is where he needs to be, though. Sorry, Alex.
No.
This is where Gutierrez needs to be, though. Up on his feet at distance, working off of his jab, using those leg kicks again. Vilet, though, able to close that distance once more and pressure him against the cage.
Yeah, I'm not too sure all these cuts came from on the face of Gutierrez. He's doing a much better job immediately addressing these takedown attempts.
See Vilet going for that takedown again, able to get it. Sits Gutierrez back down. Under a minute left here in the 2nd round. Yeah, Gutierrez looks like he's got multiple cuts there. One above the eyebrow, one on the cheek as well, both on the left side. Get a good look at him there.
He has had some wars going in for a guillotine as Gutierrez. Needs the right leg around the waist.
Yeah.
Some pretty big punches there from Vilet. No, I'm just kidding. So, like, I'm sure this is uncomfortable, but, like, I don't think this could put him to sleep. If Gutierrez wants to really try to finish this, he's got to get that right leg around. Now it's under the chin, and he's crunching on him, but there's really no hips in the mix.
Right. He's laying flat on his back. It's all arms at this point.
Oh, he's getting his hands connected. I mean, this would be more potent had he had lower body control and more time in the round.
All right, a submission attempt there from Gutierrez at the end of the 2nd round after finding himself in a familiar position, battling from the bottom, trying to make his way back up. Able to do so successfully numerous times there in the 2nd round. Replays up on the screen. Curious to see what type of adjustments will be made here for Gutierrez heading into this 3rd and final round. Vilet definitely grappling heavy here, finding some comfort in those grappling exchanges.
Man, it almost, and I'm just speculating here, but it almost looks like the cut over the left eyebrow of Gutierrez maybe happened in training camp.
Yeah.
And it was just like barely healed up. It looks like it maybe opened up just from like some impact on like maybe a headbutt or a forearm or something. I could be wrong. But I have seen that a few times in my day.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Fighters do some pretty crazy things to make it to fight night.
Absolutely.
All right, 3rd round underway here, 3rd and final round. We'll see which one of these guys is able to pull it off. There's that takedown early again from Vilet, looking for the chain wrestling. Gets a good little knee tap there for the moment.
Yeah, chaining a lot of takedown attempts here together. Cameron doing a good job punching the underhooks. He's got to hike the hips up high.
Van Vilet, man, just so relentless with this grappling. Turns the corner, gets the dump there. Gutierrez again looking for that Kimura, looking to try and clear the hip, but Van Vilet early defended the same position.
Try to get that. If he could have kept the grip and getting the closed guard, he'd have a more genuine attempt. This is better than nothing. Triangle attempt there from Cameron. What I've learned with triangles in MMA, you can't do them slow. That you got to be pretty explosive. Like, you can trap the overhook, you can like C-grip the other arm's bicep, but once you unlock the guard and go to throw that hamstring over the shoulder, you got to be explosive and bite on it hard, or else the guys are going to do exactly what Trevor just did. I'll tell you, watch Brian Ortega's early fights in the UFC, and look at the speed at which he locked up triangles and guillotines. And that's just like a great kind of like meter to try to follow when attacking.
One local guy that comes to mind, I know you're familiar with him, Cameron Graves. He's got a real snappy triangle like that as well. Gets those long legs out and snaps into the neck. Very tight, explosive triangle. But you are correct there. It's not one of those things you can gradually work into. You gotta, I mean, as you see here, he was working his way to it, but too much space. Van Vilet able to get to the arm, get the head clear, come out the back door. Now finding himself on the back here of Gutierrez.
And man, for those who've not grappled in MMA cages before, in the third round, you're so sweaty. I mean, I can see why he slipped right out of that triangle. I can also see how Cameron slipped right out of that rear body lock. I mean, it gets nutty once it gets super wet in there. It's just hard to lock onto anything.
Cameron looked to jump over there and get to the back.
I was going to say, we'll see Trevor pop out of there in just a second, just because like the lat and the back and the hamstrings are just all so sweaty. I mean, it really is a feeling. Every time I fight, I'm like, man, I have to do this more in the gym. Because even a rash guard doesn't give you the same effect.
No, yeah. Speaking of Cameron, he was always adamant about that back when I used to train with him, about the real feel. We would train, you know, the skin to skin. You talk about how you get so slimy, so slippery, and now you got blood in the mix here in this equation. That makes it even slimier. So
and
it's definitely good to get that real
slimier
feel.
Than others. Like, I am a sweaty
10 seconds. Oh,
guy in the cage. Not great. I mean, it's great if I'm looking to not grapple, which I'm usually not.
Undefeated on the scales is what I like to say.
Hey, that's right.
Never missed weight. All right, third round action has closed here. Good, hard-fought fight between both these gentlemen. Van Vilet with the impressive display of grappling. Good heart and grit shown by Gutierrez. We'll see what these judges have to say about it. Alex is going to be stepping away from the commentary booth for just one fight, as he usually does on these cards. He's got an athlete that will be going to battle here in our next fight. So you'll get to get a peek of him in the corner as he switches over into coaching duty. Great action so far here at Fury Amateur Series 52. 7 fights in the books, pending the one currently active. 4 finishes in the books, some highlight finishes already. Still plenty of fights to go. Looks like the decision has been rendered. Let's go ahead and toss it into the cage now to our cage announcer, Wayne Leggett, for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision, brought to you by DeNunaLawFirm.com. With scores of 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28, your winner by unanimous decision, Trevor Juicy Van Vilet.
Trevor Van Vilet getting the job done here. Congratulations to him and his team.